This is a horror game podcast. It is meant for mature audiences. It may contain adult language, violence, and sexual themes, as well as shocking revelations. Viewer discretion is advised. Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome back to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where tonight my friends and I will be playing the Magnus Archives role-playing game. I'm your host, Thom Raley. The scenario is Need, which is from Make Your Statement, a new collection of scenarios written by Stacey, Janssen, Jonathon Sims, and Monte Cook. It's available from Monte Cook Games and Drive-Thru RPG. Our game master is Mike McKinn, and this is episode 6. Our recap will be given by me as my character, Dr. Mortimer Bosch. So without any further delays, let's continue our journey into the darkness. This is a sound level test. Very good. Let's begin. My name is Dr. Mortimer Bosch. I am the conservator of St. Cyprian's Library. This is an addendum to the events that began on Friday, October 11th, 2025. There is a corresponding red Pendaflex expanding file located in cabinet Epsilon 5 and drawer 3, containing all pertinent information. The designation is Need. Our research and experiences have seemed to indicate that there is a number of personalities or entities that seem to be involved in a marked way to the events that are transpiring around us. Fear of the dark, fear of being watched, fear of being trapped, of open spaces, of being hunted, and so forth, each functioning in concert, or in opposition to one another. Perhaps chaos is the one true entity here. In any case, they seem to be focused in our general vicinity. They all appear to have agents associated with them as well. A boy transforms into a monster in the hunt. Vampires lurk in the shadows, and a deadly not them laughs in our face. Even in our own safety measures, there are electronic eyes watching us, recording our moves, listening to our conversation. And each threat adds to the terror, the fear of inevitable doom. Or is it a trick? In the church, we teach that demons have no real weapons. They can't actually harm you, but through fear and clever tricks, they might persuade you to harm yourself. I've set myself the task of finding a ritual to bind the not them. We are looking for the music box that was previously used. We interviewed Seva Dreshwal, the artistic director of the art gallery you'll find referenced earlier in this file. She told us she went to visit Janice Harkright and that the woman acted quite strangely. She wore a mask, and we now know that she had mutilated herself. We decided to pay a call on the artist. Seva also mentioned something I would have previously thought as insignificant, a small orange spider. This is something also mentioned by Sebastian this afternoon, and despite his tolerance for nature in all its jewel boxes, there should not be anything like that in my library. Spider, web, another trap, or is it just paranoia? When we arrived at Harkright's apartment, it was empty. Her art had apparently been vandalized by the artist herself, splashing paint over the faces. Looking around, I found an old book that was mentioned by Seva in her testimony. I took it hoping to find clues or useful information. As it turns out, it's another missing text from our collection. In the center was something bloody, Miss Harkright's face. Now, isn't it odd that I was overcome by horror, not because of the bloody flesh, but because of the damage to the book. I ran into the kitchenette to clean it. Then there was a commotion from the bedroom. Rory and Ethan had been searching the flat when they met something that looked like a woman, but it folded up and was yanked out a window. In hindsight, the description reminded me of the lure of an angler fish, a trick, a trap to lure its prey. It almost got Ethan, and would have if Rory had not slammed the window down upon its appendage. Despite the danger, despite the rising fear level, Rory and Ethan went in pursuit of the thing on the floor above. When they got there, there was a man. Not a man, a stranger. He seemed to be wearing skin that was not his own. Rory attacked him with his fists. He did enough damage to reveal the truth. As the creature's bloody disguise fell away, beneath was a grotesque horror. All of this reminds me of an insect, the caddisfly, especially the caddisfly larva, that decorates its own body with the carcasses of its victims. Dr. Beaudry and I heard the commotion, and at the moment, we are running upstairs to find out what's happening.
Wonderful. Great job, Tom. Dr. Mortimer and Dr. Melanie, two of you are racing up the stairs and outside of Janice's apartment, out in that stairwell up to the fourth floor of the apartments. The lights are dim in here. It's outside. It's maybe just getting close to noon. You can hear every once in a while a little bit of the sounds of traffic outside. You're still kind of in the main downtown area of Montreal, and you guys get to that fourth floor and head off in the direction of what would match directly above Janice Harkwright's apartment. And coming down the hall, you can see the door to room 415 is open.
I've got my pepper spray out and also my purse open and ready if I have to do who knows what with it.
Dr. Seb, where are you in all this?
Well, I was holding the door for just about everyone before they left.
Oh, yeah, okay. So are you going after...
yeah, but before I leave, I'm just going to take one last quick look. I'm looking for little spiders.
Okay.
And if I find one, I'm going to catch it in a cup.
Okay. We'll come back to you in a second then. In that case, Dr. Mortimer, anything? Are you going right into 415?
I assume, Ethan and Rory went first, but I'm going into the doorway and stopping and looking inside before I just barge in.
Yeah.
I can see it looks like Rory has kicked the door in.
Yes, it does indeed. And from inside, you can kind of get a sight line going into the living room where you see perhaps Ethan. Well, or did you guys went into a room? Do you think you would have come back out?
So I remembered that Rory had started to attack the thing.
Okay.
And I think that's where we ended.
Gotcha.
So I think we were probably still in the room.
So I think, quite possibly, Ethan, maybe you're still in the living room?
Wherever this thing was, maybe in the doorway I remember I was talking to it.
Yeah. Yes, you were. You had it enthralled. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So the two of you are deeper from where you are, Dr. Mortimer. You don't see any sign of them, but it does look as though the door's been kicked open.
I'm heading towards the noise. Yeah.
Same.
If I hear them talking.
Yeah. Rory and Ethan, the two of you are standing in the room as you sense movement behind you as Mortimer and Beaudry close in with you. I
think we got something related to what we had downstairs with the skin.
Oh, great, I say. Can I at least blind it? Hold up my pepper spray can.
It appears to be no more. You can see that its remains lie on the floor in front of Rory. It barely recognized. Once the skin was ripped off, it seemed to lose form more or less and collapse upon itself.
I sort of blinked at the pile of components on the floor. Do I even want to know?
Don't know what it was, but it wasn't human.
Was it the only thing in here?
Yeah.
Was it the thing that came through the window?
I don't think it was the same. I don't think it was the same creature. I think I don't know if the thing came in through the window up here when we closed it. I haven't seen it.
You described it though as something coming out of the window, going into the window, and manifesting as a woman.
Yeah, and
he would have grabbed you and yanked you out.
Yeah,
like
until I sprayed it in the face.
Mm-hmm.
It might have fallen or left.
The four of you are in a bedroom off the main hall. It looks like probably the master bedroom of the apartment. There's a very unused looking bed off to the side, and the man had been sitting at a desk when you had come in and gotten up to move towards you. You can see there's several books stacked up around the desk and writing pens and implements around.
I'm gonna take a look at what he was writing.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah. The two of you close in on the desk, and looking down at it, you can see that he had several books open, and it looked, judging by the ink, he was making music notation in what looks like hymnals.
I'm studying a hymnal pretty closely, like some of the additions, and if I notice that it's in like a key signature I can think of off the top of my head, I'm gonna start very quietly like humming the tune to see if maybe I recognize it or something.
The music itself is very standard church fare, and looking at the book itself, it you can't help but notice the stamped property of Chapelle de Sacré-Cœur on the inside of it, and you can see that it appears to be an official hymnal. He was making his own notations and adding notes to existing songs. From what you get the sense, it would be very tricky to try to play it, but it would also be rather unsettling, as he had lots of second steps and strange intervals that would probably be a little bit awkward on the ears.
We're trying to find out who this guy is. Apparently he's associated with Dr. Bosch's church, and
apparently a rather mediocre composer, I mutter as I'm looking at some of the other hymnals.
I'm gonna just take around for some mail, some bills, anything I see that might give me a name on this guy.
Yeah,
somebody I recognize.
You know what? Give me a search roll.
It's going
to be a task 2 in here.
2, okay. So that's a 6. I'll roll a regular without changing anything. I got a 8.
8, perfect. Yeah, you're able to find a letter addressed to one Grady Sarlo.
Grady Sarlo.
I assume that's the person who's the leasee for the apartment.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Okay.
The hell is this now?
But wait a minute. You said that the creature you saw was a woman.
Well, the first one.
Third floor. Fourth floor, there was a man here, just writing in those things.
That then became this?
Yeah. It's like it was like he was making skin for himself, had made skin for himself. It was stapled and sewn on all of his skin. I was wondering, oh my God, what's with the skin? Like, she took her face off. I wonder if she was going to give it to him. I don't know.
Maybe, but I'm going to check to see the rest of his mail or look around the apartment, sort of get an idea of who this guy was.
I was going to say, I want to kind of look around the apartment too, just not looking for anything in particular, just quick glance through all the rooms, make sure there's nothing else, no other, faceless beings waiting for us.
No, you find no sense of any other. There is kind of this lingering weight that hangs over. The rooms are very stuffy. You almost wonder if Grady was either breathing or going out and in a lot. There's excuse me, the air is quite dusty and stuff. You see dust layering everything, and judging by his tracks through the house, he really didn't engage in the house a whole lot. It was mostly him coming in the door, going to the room, sitting at the table, and the whole rest of the house seems to be completely ignored.
Was he Do you think that he was some other form of not them? Stealing in disguise from...
Somehow I don't think so. It's a little too... It was a little too easy to take him out. Although, if he looked as you're saying, Rory, how did nobody notice?
Well, we don't know how long he's been here.
Yeah, we weren't expected to come up here. We only came up because we saw the origami woman, the anglerfish woman.
The door was open too, if I remember right.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I don't know.
Was it?
Don't you see? It wasn't a woman. It was a tongue. It was a trap. It lured you into the room. Oh, please help me. And then it would have grabbed you. And almost did grab you and take you out.
Oh, God. It was part of this thing then? Oh, God.
Well, I think so.
Wait a moment. But didn't... I looked at Rory and Ethan. Didn't one of you say that you thought you heard her, like, looking for something in the room?
Yeah, we heard something.
She said, won't you help me find what I'm missing? She was asking you to come inside.
Yeah, she wanted us to come in to help her look for something in the room downstairs.
Which could have just been a trap.
I just... Yeah. I don't know.
Still, this is... Although, the other thing is, I say, as I'm looking at the dust tracks and everything, he did leave the apartment sometimes. That's why I was wondering, how did nobody notice?
Maybe he went out, yeah. Well, maybe he can disincorporate. Obviously, he left.
Oh, I mean, he looked fairly, when we first saw him, he looked, somewhat normal. I mean, if you just passed him on the street, it's possible you could, you wouldn't just not realize.
Okay.
Especially if you only went out at night.
That is true, yeah.
There's an insect that lies in ambush, and it captures its prey, eats it, and then glues its body onto its own body, so that it looks like a bunch of garbage sitting there, and it waits, and then it grabs the next thing and glues it on.
I do think insects are fascinating, but that's just gross.
Well, that seems to be what this did. It would capture a victim, eat them, and then use part of its body to make a disguise. It's hideous.
God. And so, like, whatever it sent up was to the downstairs to the apartment was attached to it somehow? Do you think a lure?
I think it folded up just like your hand would fold up if you pulled your hand out the...
I mean, I'm looking at the assorted components on the floor.
Yeah,
do I see anything that could be like origami-like?
No, not really. It's
okay.
It's a bulk of an adult male human. It's skin kind of, now that it's been hit, you can see the tears where the staples were ripped that had been holding it together.
But my guess is that it's probably associated with the same as the stranger.
Wouldn't surprise me, especially with
it pretends to be something.
Taking her face off. Speaking of that, where could she have possibly gone? Again, most people...
If that thing tried to grab us, it's very possible it could have tried to grab her.
It wasn't her apartment.
It may have grabbed her and eaten her.
But then where's the music box? It wasn't in her apartment either. I thought she might still have it.
There's another possibility. Mundane people that aren't aware, they see what they want to see. Seva may have come here, and that might have not been Harkright anymore at all. And she just saw what she wanted to see, and it was actually getting ready to snaggle her.
Oh, God.
Possibly, but I mean, it wouldn't. However, she did mention the bloody box cutter, which does appear to be what Janice used to take her face off. So I don't know if that. I think it probably still was Janice at that point.
Suppose
But
we could speculate all day. The thing is that we can't. How could we do anything about it? We haven't
Well,
found the music box.
Oh, but and at this point, Ethan looks at his watch. Remember, my cousin is. She found a replacement one that may work, and she's meeting us back at the library in I don't know what.
Maybe an hour.
Two hours minus however long we've been here.
Yeah.
Right.
So we still may have something that we can use to banish or whatever the not
We have
them,
a
but
poem.
we won't know until we see whatever she brings.
right, we have the poem. We have a potentially new container. Just for giggles, I'm just gonna look around the room just to see, did the music box end up in here? For all we know.
Yeah, you spend a little time searching, and no, there's no sign of it. Is that everything again going off track? You can see things get dustier. It's kind of bare minimal furnishings. You open cupboards, and they're empty. From what you could tell, whatever Grady was, he may have been coming to this apartment, but he wasn't doing things like eating here or possibly even sleeping here.
And there's no other tenants in this apartment?
No, yeah, I mean, in the entire building, yes, in other rooms if you wanted to knock on doors.
I wonder how many people from this building have disappeared over the years.
Let's cut down to Seb quickly as he's searching in Janice's apartment on the 3rd floor.
So I've got a little specimen jar I want to capture it in. And I'm looking, I guess, for orange or any other little fellows that might be kind of peering from a corner in a web. I'm actually going to call to it too and go, Addercop, Addercop.
Any specific room you're going to?
I'll start within the living room and then go to the bedroom.
Okay. You head to the bedroom and you can see the signs of the scuffle where the thing tried to pull Ethan through the window and the others were fighting with it. And moving through it, you don't see the spider, but you do find a few traces of cobwebs here and there in the corners. It's coming back when you get to the kitchen, though, that you see it.
Come to Papa, little fellow. Come to me.
Yeah. You can see that there's an open window looking onto the street, and as you come up to it, it's actually spun a web right directly in the window.
Has it written anything, the web? Kind of like Charlotte?
Yeah. Nope. No, there's no message to you, but as you kind of line up to catch it, you can see past it out into the street, and you can see directly opposite across the street, the kind of higher elevations of the Chaparral de Sacré-Cœur. Across the street.
Has he kind of almost lined up a little targeting array on it?
Exactly, yes. That's
what
exactly.
part is he targeted?
Just almost, it's like the web as you move in front of it, you can see it almost traces some of the outlines of the church itself.
Okay. Well, I'll scoop him or her up, and I'll bring him with me. And I'll find the other guys.
Yeah. Sounds good. And with that, you head outside the apartment. Maybe as you head up to the 4th floor, you can just see the other 4 gathered around the front entrance to 415.
For some reason, it's decided to tighten its web around the church. We should probably go there.
What?
I don't think we're gonna find anything more.
It's decided the church across the road is its target. It's set itself up there.
Well, perhaps we should visit.
Milton Vandermeer goes there. It was there he was dragged from clinging to the church from clinging to the cross on the altar.
It looks like, I think they've combined forces. It looks like there's more than one entity involved here, but they've got it in for that church. So if more than one entity wants to hurt it, it's going to go badly if we don't stop it. We should go there right now and take a look around.
Seb, are you implying that the spider is threatening the church, or the spider is?
Well, I don't know if the spider is threatening. Okay, we know that the stranger is involved. We also know. Okay, you know what? Maybe it's just the stranger. Okay, you're right. Maybe the spider is that's letting us know. I don't know for sure
Yeah.
how it fits into all this. But okay,
No, I love
definitely
it. Don't worry.
somebody. I'm unsure. Let's go
So,
find out
but-
what's going on over
but-
there.
But regardless, a spider spun the church into its web. We probably
Yeah.
can't let that lie.
Yeah. I'm thinking it could be a warning, but it feels like there's something bigger than just one entity going on here. So we should let's just walk in and look and see what's in there, right? Because I'm sure we're going to sense if there's a problem. We seem to be prepped for that
Hopefully.
sort of thing. Yeah.
If we were going
I
to
wonder-
associate spiders with something, what fear would it be? Well, fear of spiders. People don't like spiders.
Well, I'm not sure that the spider isn't on our side. That's why I'm sort of brought him along for the trip.
We seem to get a lot of interconnected things here. We're talking
Yeah.
about this church. We just found the hymnals from that church. All these connections. Maybe that's
Come-
what it is.
Come into my web, said the
making a
spider
web.
to the fly. I murmur as... Or sorry, come into my parlor, said the spider to the fly. I murmur as I look at the jar.
I'm going to look at the hymnal and see what changes have been made.
Yeah, as I was describing to Melanie, you can see that it's songs typical songs that might be played during mass or during church events. You can see that most of them are standards, but in most cases, there's a few places here and there where there's just a little bit, as far as your understanding of what the results would be fairly discordant. In some cases, it almost borders on harmony, but it devolves into dissonance fairly quickly.
I'll bring it with me anyways because there's a pipe working over at the church.
Good idea.
Couldn't hurt.
Oh. How many hymnals are there?
I think there's about 3 stacked up, and there might be maybe one is the standard one, and 2 others are just slimmer books that are for specific editions.
Okay. I think if we haven't, we should grab all of them
Yeah, just be on the safe
And get
side.
ready to
just to take them back to the library.
Yeah,
No, we
for
have-
safekeeping.
We have the book from downstairs, returning it to our library too.
As
Dr.
we're heading
Bosch
out,
has that.
I do mutter over to Seb. There was a flesh creature thing in 415 that may have been using origami lady as a lure. So by the time I got there, he was just a pile of components, but he was like a flesh golem something.
I'm not
I
going to be able
think
to
there
keep
was
track
more
of
to
all
him that
these.
floated away. So,
Yeah. He drifted off in the breeze, perhaps?
An amorphous nebulous sort of thing. Yeah.
What, Dr. Bosch, why would they want to target that church? Do you have any idea why they in particular?
So
Is there
far,
something special about it?
all of the motivations of these things are just because it happens to be in the way.
Okay, there's
Why the
nothing
girl?
special about it.
Why? I think
Yeah.
they just move through the world causing chaos and fear. And perhaps
Well,
they feed
I
on the emotion. I don't know.
I felt like they targeted Danielle to get to us. Does this church have any connection to us?
Maybe everyone's connected in some way to something.
Hmm.
And I mean, this is
I mean,
you used to you were almost a priest here, weren't you? I say
I
as we're
was a
heading toward the
priest.
church. Yeah, you were a priest at this church. So perhaps this is.
You think
maybe
you were
it's your
ever?
turn.
perhaps
Yeah, were you stationed at this church, Dr. Mortimer?
I'm sure I was at the church occasionally.
Yeah, at the very least, you've probably visited it before.
Yeah.
Seeing as Father Brebeuf is still stationed here for the moment.
The thing is that Catholics tend to be very guilty and they have a fear of sinning and a fear of dying.
Mhm.
Those are legitimate fears as well. Fear of God.
So what are we saying then that that the Almighty feeds on our fear?
No,
Going
I'm
by that
saying
logic?
some
Well, the Gnostics
entity
would tell you
exploits
that.
I'm saying that some entity is feeding on causing as much fear as possible.
Did I get the feeling that there was a particular spot in the church that was being suggested, like the belfry or the tabernacle?
No, not
or
really.
that stuff?
More so just
Spider has 8 eyes. Who can tell where he was looking?
Yeah, you're right. How is he focusing?
Somehow they
His
do.
little hands going like that.
There, right there, buddy.
Well, we're only gonna know if we go and
Let's
look.
go.
Like,
What
Okay.
that says.
I can almost like I started peeking in the jar to see if maybe the spider has got a leg up and is pointing at a certain part
Yeah.
of the church or something.
The spider seems to have become completely still. It sits there, and if you shake it a little, you see it moves a leg or adjusts.
Well, I'm not
itself.
going to shake it. That's unnecessary
It's just,
agitation. That's cruel. I wouldn't do
Right.
that.
We could take it to our entomologist and see if he could tell us what species it is, but it's probably just a common house spider. They're kind
Yeah.
of brownish orange.
Well, I'm going to treat it as a visiting scholar. I have to give him a name. Hieronymus?
Yeah, let's go by the church.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds
Okay.
good. You guys head outside the building. As you're just going across the street, you hear the ding of Dr. Beaudry's phone as you've gotten a text message.
What does it say?
Dr. Patricia Henry is texting you saying, I have incoming work. And she just says, more soon.
Thanks for the heads up. Sigh emoji. Send. Just so you know, my friend at the morgue is saying that there's more work for us at some point.
She was actually meaning more work for her.
Oh, more work for her. Sorry. There's more work for her at the morgue. She said more soon. So I don't know what that means precisely, but if she's contacting me, it probably is involving us somehow.
Mhm.
Yeah. The sun is shining outside. There's still some heavy clouds in the sky, but for the most part, it's kind of a warm fall day. It's late October. You can see there's some great old trees in front of the church that have lost their leaves, that have come down, and red and yellow leaves kind of cover the walkways as you cross the street. There's a small parking lot beside it where you can see a number of vehicles are parked. It looks like there's definitely people here during the day at the moment. I think it's likely Dr. Bosch recognizes the vehicle owned by his former mentor, Dr. Jean de Brebeuf, as well as maybe a few other vehicles you've seen on previous visits of various staff members.
Okay.
So,
Well,
so are we entering through the back, or are we entering into the
That's
church directly?
Absolutely your choice.
Well, we'll go in through the front door,
Yeah.
and I'll go through all of the usual holy water, crossing myself, whatever. Are there people in the church at all?
Yeah, you can see there's a few parishioners standing around, a few talking to some staff. There's maybe a pair of older ladies. Oh, did we lose? Oh, there you are.
Oh.
Did we lose you for a second?
okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I closed out of the meeting. I think it crashed.
Oh, really?
It came back on its own.
Interesting. For the last 15 minutes, every once in a while I've seen you freeze a little bit here and there as you're speaking,
Yeah.
but you seem to be okay. Yeah.
Everybody's back in the right spot. So,
Okay.
so I'll jump back just a little. So I'll go through the front door. I guess the others are following me.
Mhm.
I'll follow the usual Catholic rituals, genuflect, and cross myself. And if there are some other people in the church, you said, that are probably saying prayers, whatever. And I'll move forward. Does it look like maybe somebody's in the confessional? I don't remember how the Catholics do it. I think there might be a light or a
I think there
thing
is,
that they
and
put out.
it's off to say it looks unoccupied at the moment.
Okay. So then what I'll do is I'll tell them to wait, just have a seat in the church, and I'll go around to the side to the sacristy, and see if the priest is there. See if Father Jean de
So Father Jean de
Brebeuf.
Brebeuf is not actually like the serving priest of this church, right? He is more of a supervisor or watcher type role.
Yeah, he would serve every once in a while, but yeah.
Yeah, okay, but yeah, maybe certain occasions or stuff like that. So you know that he's got an office in the building as well. The main priest who runs it, I think maybe you've met a handful of times, is a Michaud or Father Michaud Sion. And perhaps you had a quick glimpse of him in the sanctuary wearing his typical robes, talking to some parishioners or guiding them through prayer or something. And
I'm sure we would recognize each other.
Yeah. So you've moved further in looking for Jean de Brebeuf. The others at the front see Dr. Michel Sion come up closer and look at the four of you and kind of gauges each of you before turning back to Ethan. And I'll give Ethan or Dr. Melanie a discerning motive.
Okay.
Task. It's going to be level 4.
Okay, I'm trained in that, and because
I'm specialized in that,
and because and because Ethan is in the room, I get a, or I think we both get this. I'm not sure. Let me see. It's a, yeah, we get an asset when we're working together.
Oh, nice.
We both do, or just you?
All it says here is, how did I put it? Gets an ass. Oh, I get an asset when working with him. Yeah,
okay.
I think that's just you.
Just me. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And I'm sorry. You said this was.
It's a level 4. Yep.
And it's intellect, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna spend.
Okay.
I've
so
moved.
with the asset and my train, it's down to 2. So.
Mine is down to difficulty 1, and I rolled an 8.
Okay.
Give me 1 second.
I'm gonna look at the little guy. Does he seem agitated by the priest? Or interested in him in some way?
Yeah, maybe a little bit interested.
Okay.
Clearly I'm going mad. I'm talking to spiders. Is he a bad one?
I needed a 6. I got a 7. We're good.
You got a 7. Okay. If there's something you catch as he notices Ethan, is that you see a possible flash of recognition or just awareness that he's very capable of hiding and moving on from, but you definitely had that moment where Ethan occurred to him for sure, and he said, "Bonjour, greetings. Please have a seat. Come in." And he gestures to a nearby pew. Yes, I haven't seen the 4 of you before.
This will be our first time in the church, Father. We're actually here on business. Our colleague is here to speak with his mentor, I believe. I look over at the rest of the 4 of us, the rest of us. Dr. Mortimer Bosch, have you met?
Oh, of course, yes. Father Jean de Brebeuf is, yes, who you must be referring to. Yes, he's must have gone over to his office, perhaps. Well, is there any way I can help you in the meantime?
Actually, I actually do have a question. I'm Dr. Melanie Beaudry. I work at McGill University in the psychology department. But I'm actually interested in something that's not quite psychology related. By any chance, one of my special research interests is cults.
Oh.
And it seemed like you may have recognized my colleague here, who I happened to meet after extracting him from a cult. I don't mean to pry, but do you by any chance have any experience with something like that?
Oh, we have many people come in, and as you're speaking to him and he's speaking to you, he's actually reached out and shaken your hand. You feel his hands are coarse, dry. They're almost something you can't quite describe of how dry the skin is as he shakes your hand, and he begins to talk, and he circles around and shakes Seb's hand and Roy's and Ethan's, and each of you have the same sensation. But Ethan, would you take a GM intrusion here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so take a XP, and I'll let you give someone to someone else.
I'll give it to Dr. Bosch.
Yay!
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, and for a second, you have a memory that you're sure was this man wearing different robes, similar robes, but different, somewhere else, far, far underground, and speaking to you in some kind of claustrophobic chamber with others. You remember being pressed shoulder to shoulder with other people as he spoke to the group around you, and you just have that memory of him, that hard scraping dried hand that he shakes yours with is like, did you have those hands around your neck at one point? And you snap out of it as the others have all sat down around the pews. And
I think when I kind of imagine that when he shakes my hand, it's when I'm entering into the pew, and all of this comes flooding back, and I like drop his hand and literally stumble back into the pew, and quickly look away. Like, yeah, I'm okay. Sorry.
I flick my eyes over to the priest.
Yeah, he seems to have, for a second you think he's noticed, but he continues his answer to you very smoothly and continues, well, there are many troubled people from the city who come in here as one of the main downtown churches. There are many people seeking need or seeking answers to the various issues that plague them, and the truth is that to some degree we all bear the weight of guilt, do we not? Is that in each of us we can feel God's love, but also the weight that never ceases.
Yes, so I've heard. I'm mentally filing away weight, guilt, lidless, and I'm also now I'm thinking, we've got a servant of an entity in a Catholic church.
But technically, all priests are servant of an entity, though. Come on now.
Let's move down the hall to Dr. Mortimer Bosch as you're just standing outside of Father Jean de Brebeuf's office, and he says, "Oh, Dr. Mortimer."
Ah, Father Jean, how are you this morning?
I am well. How have you been doing? I know we haven't had a chance to talk much lately. It's good to see you in person, though.
Well, I would like to. I closed the door.
Please.
I'd like to discuss with you some very strange and rather terrifying events that have taken place, and I pretty much systematically go down the list of things that are going on, and I believe there is something dark and evil that's come into our general territory, and I don't know what to do about it. I've prayed, but I think this is more of a physical thing than a demonic thing.
I must admit there have been some strange things around here as of late, and he kind of offers the little bit of advice or conjecture at different points of your stories. Is there anything you're making a special mention of, or?
Well, I'll mention the boy who clinged to the cross.
Okay.
I'd like to know if he knows more information about that.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. So that one, he thinks for a second and says yes. Father Michel has asked a few times for my help with that one. Milton Vandermeer. Yes, that's the boy.
Vandermeer.
He is a very earnest, very devout young man. He'd been his parents had been parishioners before him. They unfortunately passed away several years ago, and young Milton was by himself in the world. But even as he went to university, he was still regularly coming in. And I'll give you a maybe a psychology test or discerning motive.
Oh, I'm suddenly playing Call of Cthulhu.
No, that's fair. Or so it's going to be a level 3 test. So you're looking at a 9 or over, unless you want to use intellect to modify it or anything like that.
Well, I rolled it and I got a 9. So.
Oh, perfect. Okay, there you go. You get the sense that he's holding something back already a little bit. And it has to do with Milton Vandermeer.
Well, then I will try and persuade.
Oh, okay.
I've got a what's T?
A training?
That's,
training, yep.
A training. I've got training and persuasion.
So in that case, you're looking for a 6 or over.
Okay. Tell him that, this is very serious. People's lives are in danger. And I got a 9 again. So.
Okay. And then that's enough. And he says, well, okay. To be fair, between us, Dr. Mortimer, and I know that the Lord asks us to rise above pettiness, but I must admit, I found young Milton rather unctuous and unbearable at times. His perception of the church and the meanings of the book were at times a bit more extreme than my own. But he was having trouble this past year. Since the start of school in September, he's been making more frequent trips to the church outside of Mass to seek advice and he'd been having trouble with one of his courses, and from what I understand, had a few fiery arguments within the classroom. And the truth is that we do place value on different philosophies and different ideas, as much as that we know there is a true path to salvation, as we must still be open to other areas of thought, and at least in order to give ourselves the opportunity to disprove them or to argue against them. Whereas Milton felt quite personally aggrieved by this professor's claims about free will in this case, and he was struggling.
Yeah, when we're young, we're naive and we're idealistic. And I get that.
He's flipping through notebook as you're talking, but he's listening to you.
Perhaps then it's just that. Perhaps it's fanaticism. Something that we should work hard to help him moderate.
Yeah, here it is. Priscilla Dunnett. That was the professor's name.
Yes.
Philosophy course. Things got to the point where about a week ago, Father Michaud found Milton in the church. He was holding the statue of Jesus on the cross, mumbling prayers and kissing it over and over. Michaud and I were able to talk to him and eventually get him to release it, but it appeared that he may have been doing it for hours. His face was bruised. He was bleeding in places. I don't know if there were marks of blood on the statue, as though he had physically forced his face against it. But we pulled him away. He was quite irate or quite agitated for some time before we calmed him down. I've seen holy manias. I've seen strange behavior, to be honest with you. There was a brief time where, by the look on his eyes, I almost wondered if something like an exorcism was in order. But when he relaxed, it seemed to happen all at once, and suddenly he was a little bit more himself again, but very troubled.
Yes, we've run into some problems with this, Priscilla. Dunnett's and her philosophical ideas. She seems to have a strong influence on a lot of the children, the young people, the college. I'm not sure that there's anything that we can do about it. She's free to teach whatever she wants to. The college.
The strange part, perhaps, then, is that as of Sunday, for probably the first time in years, Milton was not here for Mass, and I haven't seen him since that day with the statue.
GM, remind me. Now, Milton, was he the kid that also needed recognition on everything? No, that was a different kid.
That was Andrei Sidorov. But they were both
and he's
in the
not
same
the kid.
class.
He's not the kid that died.
No, Ken Wallace was the one who died.
Right.
All right. Milton is the one who was thrown out of the church, but he was in the same. He was in Solon Hall, I think, with some of the others.
Right. So he's probably in the midst of a crisis of faith. We need to visit him. And
I do have his dorm number here. I can write down for you. Let me going through his notes. Yeah, well, I hope Milton's okay. As I feel guilty, I know that through the things Milton had been through in his life, he faced a few things. I hopefully we can help find him his path out of this.
Yeah, indeed. What do you think of this other stuff? I mean, I'd like to think the thing is that the demons can create a very strong delusion, but I mean, this is ridiculous. This is people seeing meat talking to them, people, insects acting strangely, and us getting lost in an underground labyrinth. That these were physical things that took place. We encountered an entity today that seemed like a kind of anglerfish.
Perhaps to lure in the sinner? Is it?
I don't know. To lure in the sinner, that would be anybody and everybody. We're all sinners.
Indeed. Did something attract you to it or pull you to it?
Only the ongoing mystery of what the heck is going on.
Some of those others, the passages with no ending, it seems as though you are beset by trials, my son.
There's also a person that we believe is not that person. We believe that they are a doppelganger put in place to, I don't know what, to cause mischief and get away with it. A trickster demon of sorts.
Very troubling.
We call it a not them.
Not them.
Because it's not them.
Peculiar. I must admit, this is beyond my specialty, but it seems as though
maybe I just
set by
needed somebody
demons.
to talk to.
For sure. Were it not for the trust between us and my knowledge of the workings of your mind, I'd be quick to become nervous about your state, but you seem on a certain level to be yourself and to be of sound mind. But
I'm committed to trying to stop this from happening. And I'm doing my best to rely on the church and God and all that is good, but I am no saint.
There are a few among us who can live up to those standards, but
well, pray for me. Pray for my team of friends. I mean, they're not Catholic, but pray for them anyway, and pray that this resolves itself. Rory's Catholic.
Okay, very well. I will remember you all. Please stay in touch. I would be very curious to hear if you learn anything more about Mr. Vandermeer.
All right. Thank you very much. And I ask for his blessing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I leave.
He
I
gives
go back out to the others. And I see
What's
Father Michel talking to them.
Yeah. What's the thing as you depart from Father Jean de Brebeuf? What's the part of Jean de Brebeuf that puts you a little bit more at ease, or what part of his personality or of who he is makes you feel a little bit more relaxed?
The fact that I feel like I can trust him. I've always been able to trust him. I also trust my own judgment that if something were to change in that man, I would know it.
Yeah.
And nothing seems changed. But I'm also a little disappointed because I don't think he has any clue.
He doesn't. Yeah, he definitely. The more you talk about, the more over his head he seems to be. But that said, from unburdening yourself a little bit, and from that trust, I'm going to give you 2 stress to take off your list.
Oh, yay!
Yeah.
That I shouldn't have. Well, I actually have 0 trust. I've got a stress level.
Okay, so a stress level would be 3 stress, so that just becomes 1 stress and not a stress level.
Okay, but I've already got. I probably have more. I've got currently 2 from Supernatural, but I think that must not have been counting because I think I have 4.
Yes, I've been keeping track of all that separate. So yeah, you guys are good. I like keeping them separate to track which fears are doing it, and that way I could track who's getting trampled by what. And so far the vast has Rory and Ethan the horse, but.
Well,
anyways.
I'll head on back out to where they are.
Yeah, sounds good. Let's go back to the main sanctuary of the church where the 4 of you are sitting in a pew. What are the 4 of you speaking about with Father Michel Sion?
Well, I'm actually going to wander off and look at the pipe organ and the hymnal, and I'll just excuse myself.
Yeah.
I'm very, keeping an eye on both Ethan and Father Michel, because that reaction is so unlike Ethan that something just seems funky to me.
And I think I'm keeping is he still talking to us, or
he's talking. Yeah, and he's definitely maintaining a communication back and forth with Melanie. So then I'm not looking at him, except out of the quick glances. Instead, I'm looking around the church, because now what's going in my head is this where I was? Was I underground here? Where could that be? And looking for any, and I know it's probably pointless, but he's just looking around the room, out the windows or the doors or whatever, for anything that could indicate anything underground. Okay, sounds good. How about Rory?
Rory's gonna follow Dr. Seb over to the organ, just because it's such a big building. I don't want anyone to be alone. I'm already nervous about Dr. Bosch. Well, he's coming back now, but let me follow up with the 2 of you first. As you close in on the organ, you can see there is no one seated at the moment. There's a small stack of now familiar looking hymnals kind of spread around near it. You've seen them kind of spread throughout the pews of the church as well.
Do any of them look altered in the way that you guys discovered them to be? Just a quick look at them? Does it seem like there's been a systematic set of alterings, or are these ones like the originals?
They look like originals, although you do see the one that's currently up on the stand in front of the organ. It looks like it's been altered. You can tell that there's a few pen marks on it and scribbles.
Does the organist's name, is it part of the listings of people that work here that we saw?
Yeah, I think you're able to find that. And maybe as you guys are doing a little bit of a wander up there, you can see kind of a directory of those. And you do see indeed that one Grady Sarlo is listed as organist.
Wait, was that the guy you guys met?
Yeah, that's the pile of skin and parts.
Well, he's not going to be showing up for practice anymore.
Oh boy. Do you know how to play these? Do you know how to play the organ, Seb?
Unfortunately not, but I want to learn, because you get to go barefooted, as far as I know.
Well, socks.
Socks, of course. Any instrument you play with your socked feet sounds interesting to me.
5 keyboards and your feet. That
sounds crazy. Incredible. Maybe I should volunteer to be their next organist.
I,
What do you think he was trying to do with the organ, though? I mean, it's a powerful instrument.
he's
It
trying to
creates a-
alter the music. He was rewriting the music. Now, I used to mess around on a little Casio tiny
Can you play?
keyboard. I
We could
define
ask.
play.
We could
Like,
ask
you're
for
not gonna
permission. We could ask
see-
for
I'm
permission
not
to
gonna
play the
be-
piece to see if it's okay with them.
I'm loath to do it while people are listening, but
But then
I
we'll
don't-
get to hear what the guy was trying for.
I just want to kind of get the melody that he was going for. Obviously I'm not going to be playing in any concert halls or anything like that.
Well,
You can
So we don't create any
way around if I had to.
any kind of untoward feeling about this. When do we ask for permission? I'll claim you have some skill. Is that
Well,
is that okay?
I think we should. Maybe Father Bosch is. I don't know about that guy down there. If he'd let us play, I certainly don't want to bring up. I don't want to bring up his organs to him just yet. So they know where we came from. But maybe.
Is there anything about the actual organ itself that suggests it's been changed in any way? Just looks normal.
It would be hard to tell because they're
Yeah,
extremely
pipes
complicated.
everywhere. I wouldn't have any clue, but
I'm looking for something really obvious,
Say,
like one of the
yeah.
pipes looks like it's starting to gray in a terrible way, or it's got a weird crack
Yeah.
in it that's just perceptible, or some
if
strange
they
thing like
added
that.
more.
Yeah, something that actually stands out.
I don't think it would be a problem to ask Father Michel, tell him that this is part of our clue that we're trying to solve.
All right,
And,
I will
would he mind
go
if
and-
we use it
Yeah,
for a few minutes?
I'll explain that we
Yeah.
need to check
Oh.
the music.
Yeah. By this point, Dr. Bosch has joined you guys, and he said, "Yeah, absolutely. Go. I'd keep it low if possible, if you don't mind, but feel free
Huh.
if you."
It's like trying to keep the bagpipes low.
All right, Rory, go to it.
So Roy approaches it like a piano or like a keyboard. Apparently,
Use your feet.
I guess I have to open this here, and
So are
he's
you?
gonna look at the melody.
Yeah.
Just
Are you going to try to play it as it was originally written, or as it's been altered?
We
I
should hear
wanna-
both. We should hear both.
I want to hear what it sounds like normal.
Okay,
kind of
so
probably
to
have an
do
idea.
normal, I'm going to have you make a test. It's going to be level 3, I think.
Level
for-
3 intellect test or
Yeah. Yeah.
okay. So number 9. I don't know if I want to spend points on this. I got just a 9. I just hit it.
Just a 9, and you're able to falteringly play through the kind of church music, the hymnal music, as you follow it as it was originally written. And
Okay.
the rest of you, Dr. Melanie, as you and Father Sion are talking, you hear the sounds of the church organ start up and intercut you guys, and Sion smiles and says, "Okay, sorry, continue on as you were saying."
This particular piece, just because I want to compare it.
Yeah.
What's it about? The original, at least. What's it supposed to be aiming towards? Is it like out of faith in something particular, about a particular feeling? What's it working towards?
I think it's just a typical song of salvation. This one might be something that gets sung after towards the end of Mass, maybe.
Right. Because when Roy gets to the altered version, I want to kind of understand what that horrible thing was trying to shape this towards. What did he change? What is he massaging? What is he trying to create?
Roy, do you want to try to play it as the altered?
I'm looking at now. Has he changed any of the lyrics? The what the people?
No,
would
he
say,
doesn't
like,
seem
just the
to have.
notes? Okay, I'm looking at it. I want to see. Does it look like maybe some shifts in key, or maybe he's like a
Extra notes, extra harmonies
extra
added
notes.
to it. It looks as though it'll be quite a bit more taxing for you to try to play, though. If
Yeah, it does. I don't know if
Can I assist him? Like, say, for example, if he says, "I need that foot stop hit," I'll just go. Boom.
yeah,
Okay.
sure, okay.
Let's work together on this. Okay.
Yeah, maybe you can do the. Can you do the pedals?
Yes.
I'll play the.
Yeah.
There's probably also part of the thing that indicates which stops you pull out, which ones you leave in.
Right.
Okay. I'll try to do the ancillary work, and you concentrate on the other stuff.
He's gonna try to do the altered melody first, like the top line, not using both hands, just again what's on the top, and
Yeah.
See what he
Yeah,
cares.
so playing with just a single hand, kind of following
Yeah.
along that. At the same, you know what? Even still, I'm going to have you roll a difficulty 5 task to play it.
5. So 15 or higher.
Yeah.
Now, does he get an asset because I'm helping him, or?
Yes. So that'd be down to 4 already.
Okay, so
So 12.
12. I'm seeing what I got here. Now this is a pipe organ. Is it electronic in any way? I'm trying to argue. Electronic.
No, I don't
Probably
think so.
not. No.
This is classic
This is
analog
classic
music.
air analog pipes. Okay.
Actually, some of the old pipe organs in Canada were refurbished ones from the movie theaters in the 20s, and so they actually have extra stops and buttons for things like fire engine noises or other things that they use to special effect sounds. So if you hit the wrong button, it could be really funny.
Awooga horn. Awooga.
Exactly.
I only have 3 intellect points left that I could spend, so I'm down to 0. So rather than do that, I'll keep it at 12, and we'll see if I'm able to play what I can here. And that is a 3. So no, this is
probably
even more grating.
Okay, just for for humor's sake, you're trying to play it, but then you hit you pull the wrong knob, and just because you brought that up, awooga!
Yeah, there you go.
I don't think this was in the piece, Rory.
I don't think I have this.
I don't remember anything about
maybe-
God's submarine
what?
descending to the depths of the abyss or something here.
Try it on like the Casio keyboard we have that I have, but I don't. This is too much for me.
Okay,
maybe Dr.
It'll be
Bosch
on
would
this skill.
be able to read this. He might be able to handle it.
I probably know a little bit of music theory. Let me
Let
me sit down, but I don't intend to play it like it's played because I probably don't have the skill.
There's probably a good reason not to do it.
I want to hear some of the harmonies. You know, I can figure out what keys and then press them all at the same time. And then that one.
Maybe then I can come back in and play the melody.
Because if it's all about the vibration of the air, I want to see what the effect is.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's got a particularly scary sound to it or something. See if you can get that.
Or if
it's even a good idea.
Shatters all of the windows in the church.
I would be deeply impressed.
So we could try this
Deeply
with
horrifying.
Mortimer playing.
Yeah.
And assisting from Rory or from Seb.
Yep, I'll help out.
When we help, can we both assist him or?
Well, if he has assets, I don't know if you have any music skills, Dr. Bosch.
I don't have anything like that. Of just my life in the Catholic Church.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. So why don't we call that an asset? So we'll bump. So already we've bumped it down to a difficulty 3. So yeah, likely the core music underneath it, the underlying music is very familiar to you. So
yeah, I would know the song.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see what this does. And very jerkily and without any skill, I'll go ahead and see what I roll. I rolled an 8, so I needed a 9.
Needed a 9.
Can I spend?
You can spend a point to reroll if you want.
What would I spend?
You know what? There's another one you could do, and that is if you spend 2 experience points, you could gain a short-term skill, and it's basically a skill that would apply to this specifically. So essentially, we'd write into your character that you have skill in understanding the hymnals of this church, and or of working with a church organ. So it's more specific than an actual typical skill, but it is something that would make that test have passed.
2 experience points. That's all I have. I'll spend them. Whatever.
Yeah. Or do one and do the reroll and do it as a reroll.
I'll spend 1.
Yeah.
If I don't. 10.
10. There you go. That's good. This is going to be one of those weird cases where if you rolled a 1, I'd actually give it to you anyways, but we'll talk about that later. So yeah, you're able to start playing it with sureness and just kind of as slow as you place out, okay, this is the underlining chord. Now I'm stretching my pinky finger out to hit that B flat, my ring finger out to hit the A. And again, like this is in D major, so there shouldn't really be a B flat there. There shouldn't really be a C. It should be C sharp. So you're playing notes out of key as you're going through the harmony of it.
So I'm wincing a bit while he does this. Oh,
you are.
Is that deliberate? Oh,
and
this is terrible. What he did was horrible.
Dissonant, yet it kind of fits too. And there's a certain element to it as Mortimer becomes more familiar with it and begins to understand it and play it, that you almost, between the discordance and the parts that don't fit, you almost get something almost akin to an aspect of circus music to it, underlying it as well, that's interplays with the main melody of the hymnal. I'm going to have each of you take a point of stress from hearing it as that D, F sharp, G, B flat plays again, and everyone kind of winces. Father Michaud winces as well, and says, sorry, Dr. Beaudry, I probably shouldn't have given your friends full... Oh, that's
no,
Dr. Bosch, actually.
Actually, no, he's better than this. We were actually investigating something, and we found some of your hymnals that had been annotated.
Oh.
We were seeing what exactly was done, and mediocre composer, I say, as I'm rubbing at one ear. Mediocre composer was being generous.
Yes, indeed. That can only be the works of our resident organist, Grady Sarlo, a bane to the existence of this church.
Really? Has he been organist for long?
Approximately 3 months now, and needless to say, it has not been working out. Dr. Bosch, I'm going to have you roll a intellect defense roll as you continue to play. You're picking up speed. Okay. It's going to be a task roll of 5 again. Okay. Don't worry, Ethan. We are coming to you, I promise.
Oh, I've been thinking of something.
A task roll of 5. So 15. Can I lower it with my edge?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, using you have 2 edge and you have level 2 of effort. So that means it would essentially cost you 3 points to drop it down to the 3 difficulty, meaning a 9 and up.
3 points of intellect?
Yeah, 3 points of intellect.
Yeah, I can do that.
Nice.
And I'm sorry, you said now it's 9?
Yep. Now you're looking for a 9 or up.
7.
A 7. You find yourself unable to stop playing. The notes continue to, your hands can seem to move of their own accord, locked into these patterns as they move across the keyboard of the organ. The rest of you can hear as the key signature changes from D up to D sharp, and now he's playing more sharps and flats across than not really.
Father Bosch, Dr. Bosch, are you all right? Are you all right? I think Rory's gonna try to pull him back from the organ.
Yeah. I'll have you all take another point of stress as you go to do that.
Ooh.
But give me a might test, Rory, to pull him away. It's going to be a level 3 test.
Does that include me, or I'm not really paying attention to this right now?
Nope, that includes you. Actually, that even includes Father Michel as well. You can see that there's other parishioners who are making their way towards the doors of the sanctuary.
Okay. I glance over because this is unusual for him. Mortimer?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to start pulling random stops to fuck with the tune.
Okay, yep, you're playing other stuff.
I'm going to
Rory's pulling away.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I'm getting it down to 2 to a 6. I'll spend the might point. I'll spend 2 might points to bring it down 1.
Okay.
So let's see. So that's 6 or higher. That is a 13. Lucky 13.
Okay, yes. And you pull
Afraid you're going to get a 1.
No,
No.
he's fused to the organ.
for the briefest second, the music almost continues on for like just a half beat without his hands pressing the keys.
Whoa.
And he and Mortimer, you have control of yourself again. Ethan, from further down in the church sanctuary, you've been looking around and exploring. You've been hearing all this happening. But just as it's kind of picked up, you've noticed there's a little alcove off to the side where you think you do see a little passage down.
How distracted is everybody with the music right now?
Extremely.
Okay. Then I think I'm going to... let's change my plans. Yeah, I'm going to get up and, as stealthily as possible, as everybody's distracted by all this, music, head over to there and see what it is, and if I can kind of disappear around a corner or go down so I'm not in view, I'll do that as well.
Yeah, sounds good. And coming around to it, you can see you get into this alcove and you can see there is a small flight of stairs leading down to a closed door at the bottom.
I'll then continue on to the door and gently try it to see if it's locked. And
yeah, it does seem to be locked.
It does.
Yep, you could force it. Probably it does look like you could pick it as well.
Like, how loud is the music still going on now?
The music is getting louder. The music is reaching.
Okay, then I'll try to force it. If there's less of a chance that I'm gonna make a lot of that they'll hear it.
Yeah, give me a might test. And we're going to make it a level 3 test because you're also trying to do it in a way that's not very loud.
Level 3. Oh, crap. All right. So, you know what? I am going, because I'm at stress level, or I'm at stress 5 right now, I'm going to use that roll that you mentioned where...
Yes, you're changing it to your positive stress.
Right. So that will knock me down to stress 2. I mean, level 0, and so that will... All right, so you said it was a might test 3. That will knock it down to 2, and I'll spend some points to knock it down to 1. Did I do that right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you betcha. Yeah.
16.
Success. Yeah, you probably went even further than you had to, but that's good. You were able to use the stress, so that stress level's gone. So that's 3 points of stress gone. I will take a GM intrusion, but I'm gonna just stall it for a second as you get into here. The door opens into a dark room. You can see there's a light switch off to the side, and you seem to be stepping into kind of a smaller version of the sanctuary. It looks like some smaller pews have been set up down here. It's almost the size of maybe a classroom. There's a few small little rooms, and doors are open. You can see it might be some supply rooms and stuff like that. But you do notice there is a small lectern at the front of this room and a small altar as well, and as well as pews.
Is it light enough that I can go through without turning on the lights, or were the lights already on?
The lights were out. It is dark in here at the moment, but yeah, you might be able to move.
Nah, I'll flick the lights on.
Yeah.
At this point, and then go up. I want to specifically go to behind the lectern and to where the altar is, and just see if there's anything there.
Yeah, you can see there is a goblet, and as you step up to and you can see there's a large Bible set up on it as well, and seems to be writings in it and stuff like that. Looking at the pews, you can see there are occasionally like small little pamphlets and notes and stuff kind of scattered around, but it's the goblet that catches your eye the most, because you see this kind of chalice sitting on the table, and it appears to be filled to the brim with dirt.
Oh. Okay. I'm not going to take it. I am going to take a picture of it with myself.
Okay.
And I think I'm gonna start to leave then.
Yeah.
That's I think enough for me.
Yeah. And yeah, maybe just as you start to back away from it, I think my GM intrusion is going to be that you're kind of stepping away when you notice that amongst the kind of debris scattered around some of the pews, you notice your eye falls upon a small little bit of vandalism on one of the pews where somebody has scratched their initials on the back of the pew.
What are the initials? I'll take a closer look.
EC.
Sounds familiar. Does it look like my handwriting, or what I would?
Not really.
Okay.
Maybe it's hard to tell. Scratched in.
Yeah.
Shame.
Yeah. I think I would take a picture of that really fast if I have my cell phone out still, and then head out, making sure to shut the door and turn the lights off when I go.
Okay, sounds good. Upstairs, the organ playing has stopped. The three of you are stepped away from it. The ringing of the final discordant notes are still in your head. Dr. Melanie, you're still in conversation with Father Sion, who shakes his head and says, "Oh, remind me next time we have guests to forbid playing the organ, but that's not far off from the monstrosities that Grady would attempt to."
So, why did you bring him on as the organist in the first place, then? You must have known he was going to, how shall I say this, modify the scores?
It was that at first he was talented. He was able to play the music perfectly, and at first the additions were small and was maybe an extra note between chords here or there, and it would often be pleasing and be very we thought we'd found someone of a higher ability level than we had before. But
when approximately did it change for the worse? Do you recall?
No, gradually, if anything.
Okay, because I'm trying to think if maybe Grady Sarlo actually did exist at one point, but then he got killed, eaten, what have you, replaced by whatever it was that was in his apartment. That's interesting. Although I did want to ask him, Father Michel, something, because I just thought about this. I'm like, you mentioned the weight of guilt a lot. Is that something you struggle with yourself? I'm sort of studying him as I say that.
Deeply, in fact, is that the embrace of the earth beneath us, below the all-knowing of the Lord above, is that every sinful action, every sinful thought is known. It's perhaps the more in tune with our faith that you become more aware of that weight.
I mean, I've certainly heard of Catholic guilt, but that's an interpretation I've never heard before. In the back of my head, I am definitely I'm going oh God, cult, because I'm recognizing so many of the details from when I rescued Ethan.
Yeah.
And so out of curiosity then, approximately when were you assigned to this church?
Oh, I believe I've been here for approximately 5 years now.
5. All right. Where were you before that?
He lists another church. Let's say somewhere in Quebec City.
In Quebec City, okay. All right, then.
It's been quite an honor getting to work with Father Jean de Brebeuf. He's quite a knowledgeable scholar in many different subjects, and this parish has truly been a blessing.
I certainly agree. Mortimer has nothing but good things to say about him.
Well, it's very nice to talk to you, Dr. Melanie. I'm afraid I should probably be getting back to some of my other tasks, but...
Of course.
Don't be a stranger. And
perhaps I won't.
stands up and he moves. And as you start getting up, you see where on the pew he was sitting, and you can see there's a little accumulation of dirt pebbles, so almost in a small scattering.
I mentally, I'm like, inhale, exhale, inhale, and think, okay, how do I counteract people who worship being buried alive?
And the 5 of you are reunited in the main sanctuary of the church.
I don't know what overcame me, but the music, my hands are tingling.
We never should have fooled around with the music.
Something else is here, by the way. I say kind of quietly as we're like leaving the church. The current lead priest, I'm pretty sure is either in a cult or leads a cult.
Oh, you have no idea.
No,
I'm under my breath until we're out.
Right, I'm pretty sure I do. Let's just say that if he isn't working for an entity that worships either being buried alive or possibly worships guilt, I would be shocked.
Is there a difference between those two?
I mean, buried.
Okay.
I mean, yes, there is a phrase about if you feel guilty about something, you want to crawl into a hole and pull it in after you. But
yeah, I've heard that expression. So that's 3 entities at least, or 3 fingers in this pie. What do they want with this church?
I do not know.
What is this?
Are we still inside or are we out?
No,
I think you guys are out on the street now.
Yeah, we're on the street. I mentioned this as we were leaving, so I didn't want Father Michel to hear.
Yeah, of course.
Well, what does anyone want? Any entity, anything want? They want to grow. They want to continue what they're doing, and they want to sustain themselves or feed off of what they're doing.
They're feeding off of us.
Are these entities like emotional suckers? They're
Vampires.
Feeding off of fear is what's most. You mentioned now fear of being buried alive. That was definitely a major fear at one point in time for most people.
What's the bad music the fear of, though?
Now, here's the thing you might not have heard. This is what I found out from Mr. Cult Leader Priest.
Mm-hmm.
Grady Sarlo used to be the organist here.
The guy
is still the organist, isn't it? We saw him on the board. He doesn't exist. He's not anymore because you guys made it.
Yes, and apparently,
unless
less than
he
an
just
hour
shows
ago.
up on Sunday.
Yeah, I suppose he might come back.
But apparently, he was initially very talented, but then his talent degraded as he kept adding things to the music.
When he got taken over by whatever.
Yeah.
Why horrible music?
It's trying to replicate him, but it can't replicate his talent.
I mean...
Oh, so it could just be a perversion of his innate nature is happening. Or because he was so good at music, it has to pervert it to being really bad at music.
I mean, I wasn't paying too much attention, and I kind of explained what I did and all that, but from Mortimer, from hearing what you're saying, I don't necessarily think that it was whatever trying to replicate his skills. If you kind of lost control from that because of that music, that couldn't that be like a ritual or a spell?
Kind of a mind control. Yes, definitely.
Something.
It's like it had a life of its own.
And if one wanted to control other people, then perhaps your entity is the master of puppets?
Mother of puppets.
Puppets.
Although
I thought they were more aligned with the music box there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, haven't circuses been showing up a lot in relation to the stranger for some reason?
Yeah. So, all right.
Yeah.
So,
if you think of clowns
how much do you want to bet that the main form of the stranger is an evil clown or something?
No, I wouldn't think the main form would be.
But one form,
think,
but not far off.
Certainly one.
Performance seems to be part of it.
Crowns are terrifying. I've always hated them.
It's interesting. Are they butting heads, these entities? Like, the priest.
I think that it's possible some of them cooperate and some of them are at odds with one another.
Oh, yes.
In the middle.
We're in the middle of a feeding ground and they all want their piece.
Game of Eldritch Thrones. Lovely.
What do we do about it? What can we do about it?
I think this is a more protracted thing.
Well,
Ethan, we need to pick up that
fresh
music box. I think let's deal with
we need to deal with Danielle, and then we need to deal with this philosophy class and Dr. Dunner or whatever her name is.
We're just going to have to put this as number 3 on our list.
Yeah.
Let's see. This is how much? This is what? Apocalypse number 4 we've come across now? Possibly?
More. And you guys head back to the library. Alicia's in town. She begins texting you as she's getting closer. And finally, she shows up, and she has a cardboard box, very well packaged, with, you can see newspaper inside of it, all scrunched up, wrapped up around it. Okay, here it is. And
I take it and say thank you. I don't want to know where you got it. Just let me know how much we owe you for this, and we'll make sure you get it.
Will do. I'll let you know. The cellar. You remember my instructions, right?
Remind me.
The inside of it. Yeah. Don't clean it out. Don't clean it up. Leave as is. He seemed very. He's someone I trust, and from what he said is that he seems to know more of what you're looking for than I do. So, but his instructions were to keep in this condition.
Okay.
Makes sense.
I know you like to keep your contacts close to the vest, but is it potentially possible for us to talk to your seller at some point? If you need to verify it with them, that's fine, but they could be a useful contact for some of the things that we're seeing.
Let me get back to you. He can be a little bit cagey at times.
That's fine. And I kind of glance at everybody else, looking for anybody who, as I start to say this, to shut me up. But I'll say, if it's helpful, tell them we're dealing with similar unusual things, entities, and he might have interest in that as well.
Okay, I will. Your things are okay, Ethan?
As much as they can be, yeah. I'm good. Don't worry about
it. I'm glad to have you back in our lives, our whole family. I know that you don't have a lot of direct family yet, but hearing from you again has been a good thing. I don't want you to get carried away and stuff again.
And I am working to prevent that. I really, trust me, I appreciate that. And, I kind of point to everybody, and everybody here is keeping me in line. So, I'm in good company.
Don't sell yourself short.
Alicia gives everyone a wave and heads off. She's like, "Yeah, let me know if you need anything else. I'll talk to my seller and get back to you."
So, as she's going away, I kind of grab her really fast and say, "Oh, I forgot one thing. You know that one storage unit you have? I did describe where it is. I'm kind of using that. I'll pay you back for it. Just don't go there."
Gotcha.
Just wanted to let you know.
Sounds good. I'll
radioactive now, basically. We've got so much bad shit in there.
I'll keep my distance. Thanks, Ethan.
All
right. Sorry, guys.
No worries. Why don't we, now that we've got the object in question, why don't we rehearse the ritual a bit with the group of us, just to be kind
so we know what we're doing.
Prepared.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the library.
Yeah, you guys are outside the library right now. Where's she?
As we recall, somehow in the recording, they managed to confront the entity
Mhm.
to its face
Mhm.
and then trapped it.
Yep.
So we're going to have to do something similar.
Yep. Well, it sounds like they was distracted by talking to the one person, and then some other people recited the rhyme or had the music box ready, and then it realized it was caught, but it couldn't do anything at that point. It seems like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it screamed as it got pulled into the box.
So tomorrow's another class day, right? Ceaseless Watcher?
It's Friday right now, and
Wow.
early afternoon, probably about 1 o'clock now.
Shoot,
You
there's
know,
no class
if-
tomorrow.
If we sent her an email saying we have a project for her, should she come in early to talk about it? And
My
that's
only
ambush her.
concern is she's going to bring in her roommate,
Ooh,
who's
that's
completely
true.
innocent. They'll have to find a way to sidetrack her from what's going to happen.
I'm wondering if we use the spider as our idea. Let's set a trap. What
Mhm.
if we... I realize this endangers you a little bit, Seb, but
I'm
you
willing to
could
do
send
anything to
her-
deal with this. Yeah.
you could send her a message that you're going to expose her for what she is. And she may come to attack you. She wouldn't bring her friend
No,
in
she
that
wouldn't.
case. And then once here, we can
We
spring
ambush.
the trap.
You know, the students did arrive this morning, so they could be inside the library working right now.
Oh, that's true.
That is true. Well, I'd sort of get my pepper spray to the top section of my purse, ready to grab if I absolutely have to, because I will pepper spray her if it gets her to, stop for
Okay.
a second.
Well,
Let's
what
keep
we
in
can
mind-
do, we can go in there. If she's there, I'll say I want to talk to her in my library office, because we all have a separate little space that we work from,
Mm-hmm.
about her upcoming thesis project for this year.
Okay.
Remember, it looked like she was trying to set up Janet Harkness to become the next one. Then
Well-
she cut her face off, so I don't know what the heck. So
Yeah. Well,
let's
let's see if we can get her now, because the sooner the better.
Yeah.
all right.
All right.
Okay.
So quick mental
Hey.
rehearsal, and then let's see what we can do. She might not be here too. I mean, we'll find out.
Heading in, you can see Thom Desjardins and Alana Jade are working away where you left them. The two others are working off to the side on one of the back shelves, just inventorying and going through books. There's no sign of Danielle Martin.
I think she's changed. Do you think she's changed
I'm gonna call our resident eye in the sky and say, can you go back over the tapes and tell me when Danielle left for today?
Albert Giroux takes your call and says, he's going through. Looks about 45 minutes ago, maybe about an hour ago.
Can you give me a position on where she is now?
Silence for a few minutes before he answers, and the weight of disappointment in his voice is a little bit overly telling, but he says, no, I can't find her. She seemed to be heading back towards the campus. And
You can
I
confirm
lost-
she hasn't gone back to her apartment or anything like that, though, right?
Not that I can tell.
Okay. Was she
Assuming
with
that-
her friend? Or was she alone?
She was alone, and you can see Alana Jade still in the library.
Okay, she's still here. Okay, good. So we don't have to worry about that.
Assuming we heard all of this, Ethan is just going to ask the other two students, hey, do you guys know where Danielle went? We need to ask her some things about some stuff she was working on.
Yeah, and Alana says, I don't know what happened. Right around lunchtime, Miss Delacroix left for the day, maybe. I don't know. She went to go somewhere. And then about half an hour later, suddenly something happened. Danielle got a text on her phone or something like that. And I think it was the text, but she got really angry and stormed out. I tried to talk to her, but she totally brushed me off.
Well,
you.
that's concerning.
I
Is
hope she's
Celine
not
here
on
now?
to us.
Well, okay, when Alana isn't there, guys, I sort of got this weird feeling that Miss Saint Laurent had it in for Danielle and was actually targeting her. Did you guys not get that? I don't think she was a victim. I think she was gunning for Danielle because she's got her eye on her the way we do.
Yeah, but I don't know that you could do any.
Well,
maybe.
Is it possible Celine swiped the music box and we just don't know about it?
well, I think that Celine sent a text message to Danielle. I think she set something up, but okay, we'll call back our eye on this guy because why not? He's good for this stuff. Can you tell us where Celine is right now? Have you seen her at all? Or her last known position?
He looks and tells you the name of a downtown restaurant.
Should we go talk to her?
That's about
it's Cadeau de Viande.
Okay, that's about our only lead, so let's go find her.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like she's just finishing lunch and heading out to her vehicle, actually.
I don't know. We can call her and ask her to come to the library. Yeah, you can call her. Call her, Dr. Raley.
Hello, dear.
Hi, Celine. Listen, we actually have a major question concerning a current case that we think you may also be working on. Can you come back to the library? We need to talk.
I wasn't planning on coming back to the library today. I'm afraid I have a quick chore I need to run out of town.
Out of town? Okay. By any chance, did you send a text message to one of our student workers today? Shortly before lunch?
No, I did not. I leave the direct communications with Dr. Seb and Dr. Mortimer.
Okay. So did you by any chance talk to Danielle Martine today?
Yes. Danielle, I'd caught her. I'd planned to bring her with me to help with some chores this morning, but as the rest of you seem quite concerned about that, I left her to standard duties inside the library. But no, has something occurred?
Well, we've found out that she received a text, got very angry, and stormed off. So we know that you were sort of trying to bring her in for chores and such. We thought maybe that was something, maybe that was you, but
no, I would have been happy to keep her out of your hair for a while, as it were. But you seem to have the situation under control.
I certainly appreciate that. In that case, enjoy
Dr. Melanie, she might be setting up an ambush. Tell her if she sees Danielle to avoid her at all costs.
You may be in danger.
You may be in danger.
I will. We've been trying to keep this close to the vest, but at this point, I feel like we can't do that anymore. If you see Danielle Martine, please keep your distance. You are in serious danger right now.
Honestly, Dr. Beaudry, agents of the stranger have never bothered me very much before. I don't expect.
Oh, good, you do know.
I knew she was into this.
Okay, all right. All right. In that case, I say, switching tack completely. We're pretty sure we have what we need to finally trap her again. We just need to find her.
Very well. I applaud your efforts. Very, very good. Miss Marchand had mentioned that you were perusing my files last night, and I figured that may have been what you were up to.
Okay. We weren't sure what you knew. Okay, boss lady. We will certainly never question your. We will never doubt you again.
All right. Fair enough.
All right. Well. All right. So I guess. In that case, if you see her, let us know so we can try and spring this trap.
Will do.
Thank you.
Very well. Au revoir, dear.
She knew.
Au revoir.
She knew all the time. She knew all the time.
She was actually trying to help us by distracting her for a little while.
Yeah, she was.
Okay, but I felt like she was doing on her.
From what I could tell, she didn't know we knew, and we didn't know she knew.
No, I think she knew that we knew, but we didn't know that she knew that we knew. But now we know that she knows that we know, and we know her. So it's all good.
Or
she's
been taken over by the not them, and of course she knows. And we've just told her we're going to trap her.
Oh, God, dear God.
Well, I guess we'll know the next time we see her, won't we? Or maybe not.
Well, I mean, have an analog camera ready just in case.
It'll be too late if she's changed her form and we don't recognize her anymore. Oh God!
My gut instinct
Worse
is
and worse.
that she's actually what she says she is. I think she's
Yeah.
too smart to fall for that.
All right.
Yeah.
You know what?
And
I'm pretty sure after this, I'm going to take a tropical vacation somewhere and sit on the beach
Somewhere
for at least
nice.
2 weeks and do nothing.
I don't know. You haven't fancied a cruise up north? Somewhere nice and chilly?
Alaska?
North and dark.
We are going there eventually, yes, for the
Yes, yes.
Northern Lights. Yes, we're going to get paid to do it though. Find an expense account for this stuff.
So Ethan kind of sits back and says, "All right, I think we have a choice that we need to make. We can either run all over town trying to find Danielle, or it's Friday afternoon. Classes are letting out soon. Professors are going home. We can go and talk to Professor Dunnett before she leaves for the day."
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
if Danielle's gone to ground, she's going to be hard to find.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can we
All right.
and can we ask our man to like? I'm looking at Rory with this. I don't even know if this is possible. This is could be science fiction, but if somehow the cameras detect Danielle, that we get a notification or something like that, so that at
I'll
least
let
phone call.
Albert know. I'll give Albert a call and say, look, if you see Danielle, let us know immediately. Don't just email me, call me, whatever you got to do. All of us know that you've seen her because we need to know her location.
Yeah, sounds good.
right.
do we? I assume we know where the philosophy department is,
Yeah.
or we're
Yeah, there's a small one, 2-story building just off to the side of campus where there's several classes offered.
My vote is that we head over
Sure.
there.
Let's do it. At least get some information out of this.
Are you guys walking over?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
campus is to be walked.
Yeah. Any thoughts or specific trains of thought as you're headed there?
Actually, when you ask the question, I'm thinking, what options do we have? Golf carts?
Yeah, golf cart. Yeah, maybe little
Bicycles?
Carts, staff can take her out.
Bicycles.
Well, you got the van. You could
Bicycles?
probably pull
I'll
up
get a
one.
motorcycle with a sidecar if somebody wants.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Probably-
just across campus.
Yeah. They probably have the scooters with motors on them. That
Just think
Yeah.
of that.
Just
uh,
everyone, just thinking that, her name seems to be in the center of a lot of things and a lot of her classes and a lot of her students. We could be opening ourselves up to something big.
Well,
We're waiting on
if
Danielle for
everything-
that confrontation, and now we might
she's
have
going to
another
know. She's going
confrontation
to know
here.
us for what we are, because if it's as true to form, they're going to go like, "Oh, you guys are the Watcher" or whatever.
Yeah. They
She's
love
going to know
us.
exactly what we
Yeah.
are, and she's going to mock us.
They already know
advantage-
who we are.
The advantage that we have with human agents of these entities is that they're human.
This is true, but
So
you guys
Well-
are just standing in front of the philosophy building, or just walking right up to it as Dr. Melanie's phone dings again.
Pulls out phone.
Patricia Henry again. And you can see, and she just wrote back to the police were in this morning with 2 remains they found inside the dorm room of Merrick Page.
Oh.
I've finished initial assessment of both bodies, and my conclusions is that one body is that of a student named Beatrice Ehrman. The other is the body of a student named Milton Vandermeer.
Oh,
ugh.
damn it.
All right.
Merrick Page, that's
How were they
that's
killed?
Timo.
Wasn't Merritt Page Mr. Hunter guy?
Yeah, that's Teen Wolf.
How did
Yeah.
they die?
Oh.
And she
I text back. Damn it! Thank you for this.
How did they
Cause
die?
of death. Cause of death.
same as Ken, but worse.
What, stabbing?
Torn to pieces, basically. I say to the group. Same as Ken, but worse.
Oh, God.
So somebody's cleaning up after some other entity then? Oh, I hate this
And-
monster fest.
She writes one more. Police seem to have closed the investigation believing this inexorably links Merrick Page as the killer.
Oh, dear
Wait,
God.
But
hold
he's
on.
dead.
I'm like, wait, time of death.
Both different, still working on it, several days at least.
Okay, because what I want to make sure is that neither of them died after we caught Paige.
Yeah, nope. From what she describes, both have been
They're
dead for
already
several
dead.
days already.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I have
Yeah,
a
last
theory,
night
guys.
was Merrick Page Day, wasn't it?
Maybe-
No, it was the night before. Or was it
Maybe-
last night?
Maybe one of these entities likes to hunt the pawns of other entities for some reason.
I mean, the lure letter was addressed to It Knows You.
Which means we're targets because we're pawns of other entities, but maybe the werewolves like to hunt people that are involved. That would make sense.
So I will keep that in the back of my head. Thanks. We'll definitely follow up on this. And then I'm like, okay, they're dead. And yep, so whoever sent that email was impersonating Beatrice Erwin. Erman. So
Right.
That was probably
I don't
werewolf
think
boy himself, Merrick.
I don't know. From when we encountered him, he seemed a little too feral
You
to
know,
compose an email like
Well, maybe there's another werewolf. It is contagious.
or maybe it's that doctor, the philosophy doctor.
that. All right, we need to talk to Professor Dunn, and we need to talk to her now.
There's something missing from our information,
Yeah.
something we haven't
I'm
figured
afraid we're
out or
gonna-
discovered
it's-
yet.
Exactly, Professor. I'm
all
afraid
these-
we're going to walk into something like that we're not prepared for. At least we're prepared for Danielle, more or less. Not Danielle, more or less, but I have no idea. We need a little more info.
Can we get Professor Dow to do a nice villain rant and explain their plan to us? That would be good. Can we just
No.
get them to rant?
We don't
Somebody
know.
provoke the rant
So far-
response.
So far, there's nothing that we know concrete about any of this. It's hearsay and
Well,
guesses
no.
and speculation, and
We do, don't we? So all of these students, I think, were in that argument between
Vandermeer and
Thank
Dunnett,
you.
yeah.
Around free will. You know,
Right,
free
but that
will is
doesn't
doing
necessarily-
what you want. All of these others, Sidorov, Vandermeer, Nell, they
Merrick
they were
Page.
acting on their baser instincts, which is not free will. They were I'm confusing myself now. I feel like the free will
Unless-
has something to do with it. And maybe we
Instinct,
haven't heard
maybe?
who was arguing what, right? We don't know
Right.
who's arguing for what. So
Well,
we've heard of an entity called Mother of Puppets, and that seems to indicate one single entity that is controlling people around it. So if these people are acting outside their own free will because
Right.
they're being controlled, so maybe that's but now to say that maybe that is Priscilla Dunnett's, that's a huge leap of logic. That's
it's not I mean, granted, I might be able to, if that is the case, I might be able to bluff her saying that I'm in league with Nikita Sidorov, who apparently is more powerful than her.
Well, is it possible that the one guy who was our hunter werewolf, he was hunting the other ones because it's a conflict?
Maybe.
Maybe
But-
she
Who knows?
doesn't
It's
like
all
that.
speculate. Like I say, this is all pure speculation.
And
We don't
unfortunately,
know.
until we talk to her, we're not going to know anything.
Yep.
Yep, let's go talk to Priscilla.
All right.
The
Bring
door
in
to
the
the
dam.
If she
you find
she
the
folds
doors
up and
to
flies
the
out the window.
Yeah, right. That would be a good clue. No, the doors to the philosophy department are locked. It is early afternoon. You can see students wandering between other buildings nearby, and you notice now, looking at it, that the philosophy building seems to be fairly dark inside.
Did she not come to work today?
Why would it be dark at this hour?
You know what I
she
say,
got that
pulling out
look. Yes.
my hairpin turned my hairpin lock picks. I do a flick of my wrist and I've got lock picks. Let's see about that, shall we?
Yeah, but what's the point? Are we looking for clues in her room, or
Yeah, in her office.
don't we want to confront her directly?
We do, but if she's not here, this might be a good time to find out what she knows if she left me lying
you
around.
know what?
Technically not
Can
sure
we
that
see her
she isn't
schedule?
here either. Yeah.
Let me call administration and see if she called in sick today.
Or where she's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You do that, I'm still picking the door.
Yeah.
Rory, I'm going to bet you $5 we find a mocking message from her there on the chalkboard when we get in.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay.
I'm afraid to go in there. It's dark. Why is it dark in the middle of the afternoon?
Let's go see. Let's check the
There's a
classroom.
light switch.
Lock is a difficulty 2 test, so that would be a speed test.
And I am trained in lock picking, so that would drop it to a 1.
Wow, nice. All you need is 3.
And Ethan is right near me. That gives me an asset.
Okay, so it's actually automatic. Maybe he's providing some cover as you quickly do it. And Mortimer,
Did you have another profession before this, Dr. Baudry?
Oh.
You're too good at that.
He picks the locks on people's minds.
And remember, I'm also a cult extractor. I've had to learn a few unusual skills for that.
I see.
The door opens. Mortimer, you quickly talk to the administrator's office, and yes, there were classes this morning. It sounds like, as far as you know, Priscilla Dunnett was in for a class teaching to her students, as that there's nothing to indicate otherwise. It looks like that most of the afternoon classes have been canceled, however.
So
Let's
they
go
don't
straight
say
to her
that she
classroom.
had to go home, or
Both hers and other philosophy classes. And
Let's go straight to her classroom.
Yeah,
I've got a bad feeling about this.
First her classroom, then her office.
Yeah.
the 5 of you step into the empty halls of the philosophy building, and there's kind of a few small steps up to the main floor as it goes along. You can see the main floor is mainly the first year classes, the bigger rooms that are kind of the main lecture halls type things, where they fit like 200 or 300 students in some cases, whereas the smaller, more advanced classes, like she taught, are upstairs. As you're moving through this floor, going kind of room to room towards the stairwell at the back to get up to the second level, you can see, every once in a while, hear kind of the sounds of movement in the building and stuff like that. Coming about halfway down, you're at maybe the third classroom to the right, where you look in and you can see a big lecture hall, and you notice there seems to be a student there, a young woman who has chalk all over her hands and looks like on her face, and she is furiously writing on a chalkboard.
Ma'am?
Hold on 1 second.
He's broken everybody.
I
You're right.
approach very gently, as I'm like, well, cautiously, but then I've also got a flashlight I carry in my purse, and I've clicked it on.
just flip the lights on.
Oh, well, I'm trying not to startle her too much.
You can see there's 3 large chalkboards that she's completely filled up, and it seems to be a mixture of mathematical equations, philosophy arguments, different things kind of colliding. Just looking at it, it appears to be almost meaningless.
Okay. At which point, when I get close enough, I gently place a hand like over her hand where she's got the chalk, and like, I think you should take a break. And I'm hoping the touch breaks the enchantment.
You get that kind of Lord of the Rings Bilbo reaction to seeing the ring again for a second, where she gets real angry real fast, and you see her almost kind of show, I've almost figured it out, and then kind of just deflates a little bit and looks around. Hey, sorry, who are you?
I'm Dr. Melanie Beaudry. I'm one of the psychology professors. Have you been here since class ended?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out a puzzle, I think, or...
What's your name, dear? What's your name?
Nora Curry.
She's on the list.
Yes. We're actually looking for your professor, philosophy professor, Priscilla Dunnett. Do you know where she went?
Oh. Upstairs, maybe? You can see she's looking at her hands where there you can see dried blood amidst the chalk on her fingers.
Okay.
I need to understand.
My heart breaks a little bit because I'm like, oh, I know, honey, I know. But you can't do that while you're about to drop from exhaustion. Here, have a seat. And I'm like, Mortimer, can you look for a vending machine? Maybe a bottle of water?
Well, let's not forget what our purpose is here. We're trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Yeah, if I find one.
Okay. How about this? Just sit tight, I say, taking the chalk from her. Don't even look at this board right now, and just, let yourself relax a little bit, okay? It's been, you've put yourself through enough.
Okay. Just wanted to understand things.
I know. There's a lot. There are more things. There are more things, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. But for right now, you aren't going to be able to unravel any of them while you've written your hands bloody. Okay? We'll be right back.
She answers your statement with a blank look that instills a small bit of dread in your soul as you leave Nora behind.
Boy. Let's get up there.
Yeah.
Oh,
and it's not until we're almost into the office that I remember I remember the full quote that I was trying to say. There are more things on heaven and earth, Horatio, that are dreamt of in your philosophy.
And yeah, you are just walking up the stairs. The stairs are kind of midway. You can see the hallway continues past that. And you see kind of in the far end of the hall, there's a janitor who seems to be mopping the floor, who just gives your group kind of a nod as he continues his work.
Okay. I'm keeping my eye on him as I'm looking for Priscilla Dunnett's office.
Yeah, you guys head up the stairs. You can see there's smaller classrooms up here.
Mm-hmm.
And you come past the first one where looking, you kind of are shocked to see a man staring at you from inside of the classroom. And it kind of takes you back before you recognize that it's a smaller classroom, and this appears to be a poster on a wall at the back of it. And from what you can, it's a fairly famous Hollywood actor wearing a fairly ridiculous looking bowl cut. You seem to remember he was an absolute psychopath in that movie, and you can see in big block letters around it the words, "If the rule you followed brought you to this, of what use was the rule?"
Oh, I don't know that movie.
I'm like, is it me or does this seem ominous?
Is it a photo of it, or is it one of those Janet Hartway characters?
No, it's like a movie poster, and
Okay.
I'm gonna peek a little bit closer through the door to try and see because there should be a title of the movie written on the poster.
Yeah, you can see it says at the bottom of it, Cormac McCarthy's No Country for Old Men.
Oh,
I still haven't seen that. I'm meaning to.
How much do we want to
Very
bet?
disturbing.
Oh, hello, Javier Bardem. I know who you are now.
This isn't the main classroom she had, though, right?
No.
Okay, let's keep going. Let's get to
the student sitting at the back of the class just kind of hisses at you guys. Shh, keep it down.
Just keep going.
Let's keep going. Don't get distracted by this.
Okay.
This is slowing us down. Yeah, keep reading. Good. Let's go.
And finally, you're kind of walking towards one of the further classrooms, and you can hear voices coming from the classroom. It sounds like a few voices talking and various conversations being had, overlocking. As you get closer to the door, you begin to recognize the voices talking because they're your voices. And you can hear and suddenly you hear the hard sound of a cassette player hit stop, and then And then suddenly it hits play and your voices resume as you guys are talking maybe from a few, I think probably from the night of the art gallery, and you hear some of that conversation before it hits stop. And you hear a female voice call from inside the room. Well, come in.
Priscilla done it.
Hooray.
I head in and I'm like, so, any particular reason you're so fascinated with us?
She is sitting behind a main desk. You can see there's small desks around. She said, well, as a matter of fact, I knew you would be here, and it's about time that you did arrive because we have important things to talk about.
Like the students you've driven mad?
Practicing my craft helps me get better at what I do and will help me ultimately be of an aid to you guys to stop the bigger problem, the extinguished sun. Now, as you can see behind me, and yeah, I'll definitely let you take a point of stress. I think I'll give everyone a point of stress.
Okay,
Is
I
it
am
for every
definitely
4 stress points that you get?
3.
3. Yeah, this is stress point 4 for me.
Yeah, I'm at 2 stress levels now. I've got 6.
Ooh.
So 1 level of stress for me.
I've got a level of stress and 1.
Yes,
Well,
please.
we're all here. I recommend let's hear what she has to say.
Sure.
Take a seat. I'll direct your attention to the board behind me. And you see in this room, rather than a chalkboard, she's got a dry erase board up on the wall where she's made several notes, and you can see little sketches are etched across it.
So you said this is a poster, right?
No, this is actually like a whiteboard.
Dry erase
All right, so
yeah.
with listings and icons of all way more entities than I thought we were dealing with,
Yeah.
which is scary in itself. But going across the desolation with fire, a fire icon, the end with a skull icon, the eye with a almost looks like an eye of Horus type icon, the lonely with a gravestone. Second row is the extinction with a nuclear explosion, the web, the spider, the flush with a heart. Third row, the vast with...
Looks like an iceberg underneath. Like
Yeah,
one of those iceberg diagrams.
Thank you. Yeah, an iceberg. The dark with a closed eye, maybe?
Yeah, I think a wink
Yeah.
down here, closed eye.
The hunts with vampire teeth. Next row, the slaughter with, looks like a trumpet, almost with like a banner dripping blood.
Yep.
The spiral with a jagged spiral. The corruption with a bunch of intertwined worms.
Yep.
The buried with a coffin with chains around it, and finally the stranger with a, is that a harlequin mask?
Yeah.
No, it's No Face's mask from Spirited
Okay.
Away.
The mother of puppets isn't in this list, though.
Unless she has another name.
Well, what of these things would fit her?
The web?
I
Maybe.
suppose. Well, teacher, I
All
said
of
to
them?
put in my hand. Which one of these is the mother of puppets belong to?
The web, naturally.
Oh, thank you. Just for clarification. I
Wrap
appreciate
up.
that.
Looking around the rest of the classroom, you can see that she has a few other strange decorations set up around. Most noticeably, there's a table with several chairs around it in the center of the room, where you see a handgun lying in the center of the table.
Planning to use that at some point?
I'm planning for it to be used. But
And there is definitely a difference there.
you can see that she's got there's a garbage of her office, and there's a second metal garbage bin beside her desk that you see something strands of some kind of black thin strings or something inside of it that you can't quite make out to the side. You can see on the walls nearby there's a pair of puppets that she has dangling from the wall. Both puppets kind of have a very blocky round look, very like felt material, kind of a Henson style of puppet. Both appear to wear exterminator uniforms and have large, dull, blank round faces.
I know
You can
these
s-
gentlemen.
You can see a marionette hangs from the back where there's a doll on the marionette strings that wears kind of sweater vest and collared jacket of an aging, maybe artist hipster type. And looking around the room, you see other
Walsh Abdul.
Yeah.
small little indications and things that she's created and
So you do know about everything we've been working on. I take it the mother has an I take it the mother wants us to do something.
yes, as I said, we need to talk about the extinguished sun. And I think that's where we'll end the session.
We had our strings pulled.
Our players included Joe Bardalis, Chen Obertaz, Tyler Hudak, Troy Lehman, and myself, with Mike McKinn as the Game Master. We have a Discord server where you can chat with other members, you can set up private games, you can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Spotify, Podbean, or iTunes. Support for the show is provided by our patrons who are listed in the closing credits. If you'd like to show us your appreciation, please visit our Patreon page, or you can use the thanks button just below the screen. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answer any questions you might have. This is Thom Raley, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the horrors locked in the Magnus Archives. Until next time, good luck, good gaming.